If I had told you going into last week that the defense would give up 17 points and also hold the NFL's top third down offense to just 5 of 12, after actually allowing them to convert their first 3, you'd have signed up, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? The hardest thing about playing these guys is knowing they're going for it on 4th down. So they set up a lot of their 3rd downs as, hey, we got 2 downs here. And this is a good example here where they end up with a 4th and 5 situation. They were kind of in that area where, you know, sometimes, especially when we were going this way, there's a possibility of kicking a field goal with the wind direction. You got to do a great job as far as you can't have guys kind of panicking. You have to do a good job of being disciplined in your rush, especially with the quarterback they have, because he can take off and run.
What about the design stunt there?
It's a well-executed stunt. We got a guy open, but this is where front and coverage got to work together. These 2 guys do a good job. Leonard does a really good job here, occupying 2, and that's consistent with what he does a lot of times. He's taking 2 blockers. Quinney's doing a good job, and now Neville's able to wrap around here. And he's got to be tight, and he's got to fight through this. He's got to make the quarterback move. Good job getting his hands on the quarterback.
I talked to Neville about it. He said he was upset that he didn't come up with the strip sack, but he nearly got that.
Yeah.
Hewitt's leading your team in tackles right now, and he had 10 against the Eagles. We continue to talk about your run defense on all 3 levels. You're getting contributions. And here, Jamal is shown just how sudden he is.
Yeah, this is when you're on another team, this is really annoying when you get a safety that does this. And he has the ability to kind of shoot these gaps. He just knows the difference between run and pass. He understands who's got him, the problems that it causes. I mean, he knows, all right, you got Bash out here, you got Bashway out here, you got Poole here, he's here. He knows one of these guys has to go out here to handle him, and one of these guys is going to take him, and he knows the third guy's probably got him, and usually the receiver's the guy that's got to duck inside for him, because they consider, like Poole will get considered almost like it's a linebacker sometime, and the safety being a secondary player.
And Poole's been outstanding for you guys.
He's been unbelievable. So it's like pick your poison. If they pick 33 to block him, now 34 is in there. If they pick, they can't be right. And this is a really good job. I mean, Neville just beats the center to the spot too. This is a good job here of guys staying tight in coverage. I mean, there's no one. I mean, they're trying to pick right here. It's irrelevant. Stay tight, covered. He's covered. Nowhere really to go.
So 3rd and short again. You guys are able to force another 4th down. But Jamal, what can you say about his recognition here? He takes on Goddard, stays with him, and then undercuts.
Well, that's what makes him special. His brain works real time. I mean, he is such a fast thinker. He knows situational football. He knows what's coming. He can tell by releases what's coming. You can see right there he realizes crossing route, they're trying to pick us. I'm going to undercut, get a hand up. This is a great play by him. I mean, this is the stuff that we get to see all the time where it's annoying to us offensively because he's always calling out plays, but this is the kind of stuff that he does. This is what makes him different.
4th and 1, Philadelphia's lining up, and they're going to use their big man at quarterback and try to sneak it. And I thought you had good penetration all over the place. The guy underneath is McClendon.
It's amazing that when you watch this from this angle, I mean, these are big men going at it here. Steve does a great job of, one, getting over the top of the center and then being able to almost keep his arms free to grab him so he can't go any further. And you watch right here, Neville does a good job of penetrating. Jamal does a good job. You got Leo here. I mean, just all these guys, these bodies in here, makes it really tough for them to get any movement. Because at first you look at it, you think he's got it. And then the fact that he can't, he just gets stalemated. There's nothing he can do.
Let's take a look at this Cowboys offense and what they bring to the table. Now, this is last week against the Packers. You get the blocking up front, change the direction, the cut, and then the finish. Sometimes I think of Le'Veon Bell watching Zeke, the way he finishes his runs.
Yeah, one, they do a good job of getting their number one pass rusher kind of out of this, and this guy's a good run player where they bluff him, he leaves, so then he thinks naked, so he's running up the field, Dak's holding him, you get this guy really blocking him, so you get a tight end that's going to end up kicking out 55. Now he wraps all the way around here on this scheme. They got a hat on the hat. He's able to see this right here, and this is where a lot of guys don't see these type of seams, right?
Yeah, he sets up those
Here,
blocks up.
He sets that up. A lot of guys will run right into that. He's able to do this, get his pass north and south, and now when he goes to finish the run, he carries guys for 3 or 4 yards. I mean, this is a great job of tracking the ball right here.
So this is Michael Gallup, a guy who is producing down the field for them. I know a lot of the attention goes to Amari Cooper, but Gallup's averaging 17 yards of reception.
It makes it really tough when you double move a guy and his back's turned, and now he's going. Right here, he sees the quarterback. He knows where this ball is. The DB does not know. So now all of a sudden, he turns around, he cuts in front of him. Now he's tracking the ball, and he's able to make a play here.
Good job by Prescott, too, here, because he not only looks left, he pumps left and then comes back.
Yeah, a lot of times what happens is when you get this guy right here in the middle of the field, see how this guy does this? So when he pumps, and his eyes over there and he pumps, this safety's naturally going to go that way, and now you go back this way. This is not an easy throw because you have to throw this thing somewhat blind. You're hoping the guy's where he's supposed to be, but this is where practice and trust and faith and repetition, that's where that comes in.
And he's a big guy willing to take a shot.
And it's a good throw. You know, considering that he's got a guy in his face, it's hard to make some of these throws when you got somebody touching you and knocking you off balance.
Let's flip to the defensive side of the ball and talk about one of the NFL's premier pass rushers, DeMarcus Lawrence.
I think what makes it really scary is you get this guy and this guy together. Now you got some issues because now what happens is Robert Quinn will do this. Quarterback steps up. They set this up where he goes up and under, and you think you're good as a quarterback and you're not. This is set up here where Robert's racing around the edge and he's setting up of however he does it, whether it's spin move to where he comes inside like this. So the quarterback sets the back of the pocket and he steps up thinking, all right, this guy's going to run around me. But really, you're just falling into the trap that they're looking for, and he gets that spin move and now he's up inside.